The question is the motion be agreed to.
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, I'm pleased on behalf of the Labour opposition to support the Prime Minister's motion on the retirement of Mary Harris Clerk of the House. Thank you, Mary, for your years of service to our Parliament, 28 years of them, starting in 1987. Your experience, as the Prime Minister said, has been in most sections of the Office of the Clerk, from Hansard, Select Committees, the House, Deputy, and then 7 years as the Clerk. Some of us were here under the former Clerk, Dave McGee, who was considered the foremost authority on the workings of a Westminster Parliament. And it was always going to be big shoes to fill, Mary, but you have filled those shoes. And perhaps your preparation is facing the googlies of this place, the fact that you were in the 1982 Women's Cricket World Cup, averaging 41 runs in that match against our old adversary Australia. I'm told that she's a right-handed batswoman, and it's the only time that she has shown preference between the right and the left. Mary is our first woman clerk and our first non-lawyer as a clerk, and she has led the House through a great period of change, particularly technological change with the e-committees, and some of us are still getting to grips with those change, Mary. She embraced change, but not at the expense of Parliament's enduring values. She has shown strong commitment to finding new ways for Parliament to be open and accessible to the people who elect it, and we are the better for it. With Mary's guidance, there's been some important changes in the procedures and the smooth running of the House, such as extended sittings. And under her leadership, the office of the Clerk has been described as a little gem. I think it's probably a pretty good description of Mary herself, actually. MPs have come to regard her as an impeccable and impartial source of advice, and like her predecessor, she too is now widely respected in parliaments around the world. For example, Westminster, the home of our type of parliament, sought her opinion on their governance arrangements earlier this year. An attribute so important in a clerk is to have a phenomenal recall of long-forgotten standing orders, speakers' rulings and House proceedings. And Mary has that recall, only matched by our Trev. Her patience is legendary, and it was hugely tested during the drama of the Local Government Auckland Reorganisation Bill, which saw the tabling of over 30,000 amendments, mostly from Labour, and mostly, have to say, proved to be right. 962 of those amendments were voted on, and all the work that the Clerk's office and Mary put into that. Another less-known attribute is her ability to cover the distance between her office and the chamber at breakneck speed in a gown and high-heeled shoes at the sign of any meltdown by members of this chamber. In 2013, Mary was awarded the Companion of the Queen's Service Order for services to Parliament, so richly deserved. It's been a privilege to work with you, Mary. We thank you and we wish you the best in the next stage of your full and interesting life. There is life after Parliament. I've just seen Eric Roy and he's 14 kgs lighter. So you can look forward to fishing, cycling, whatever comes your way, but we thank you very much for the service you have given us.